7 a.m. on a Monday, and you know what that means, that we just went to the farmer's market, and today we are doing our bone broth. All right, let's grab our ingredients. Celery, some carrots, okay, I laid out all of our ingredients. Have here my handy dandy knife, a huge stalk of celery, a batch of carrots, a big jumbo yellow onion, and then my largest pot here. Now, remember, like any recipe, it's customizable. Do what feels right. This is all for flavor, so if you don't want to add any of this, you don't have to. But if you also want to experiment and add other things, you can. That's the beauty of making your own broth at home, is in no major uniformed way. I'm just gonna cut them as much that will fit into my large pot, even though my pot is really not that large. So I'm gonna try to cut them so that they fit into my pot nicely and comfortable and have a room to really cook the meat in there. Started off by giving all of these carrots just a slight wash. Just they had a lot of dirt on them from the farmer's market. I'm gonna start off by chopping these ends, and this is how small I'm cutting them, and then just tossing them into my handy pan. Same thing with my jumbo onion here. If you have pets and you want to make broth for your pets, don't put onion. Onion is really upsets their belly. It's toxic to dogs. So if you have a dog, you want to give some bone broth to your puppies, don't include onion. Beautiful. Tossing it right in there. And then similar thing to my celery. I'm going to go rinse this a little bit, has some dirt on it, and then I'm going to come back. Okay. I'm going to take off any of these little leaves. I typically don't cook with these, but if you do, be my guest. I don't know if it alters the taste at all, but I do feel like some celery can be a bit bitter, so I tend to just cut those. I'm tossing everything into the pot. All right, almost done. All right, let's open up our meat. So this weekend when we went to the farmer's market, our typical farmers that we pick up our meats from weren't there. So we're trying from a different farmer, and we've gotten meats from him before, so I'm excited to try it because his meats are also good. He also makes his own bone broth. He had some bone broth there for sale, but we picked up some back bones. This is about 2.5 pounds of back, chicken back. I'm gonna just try to break this apart. I don't know if it comes apart. Just leave it in there then. And then we're gonna do our chicken feet. And this is about 1.5 pounds of chicken feet. So 2.5 of chicken back and 1.5 of chicken feet. So this one is going to be collagen heavy, let me tell you. I'm so excited. I like to give this a good hefty season, so I'm gonna go in before we put in so much water. I'm gonna put in some salt and pepper to taste. Fill this to the brim with water. All right, your bone broth is covered, and then I'm gonna put this on low heat. I like to put it on like the 3 right here. So it's low high heat. Set it there, bring it to a controlled simmer. Back on here in about 2-3 hours, but really till the water evaporates a bit, then we'll come back in and just refill it. I just got back from the gym and let me put my mic on. I just got back from the gym and oh my God, let me show you guys this broth right now. I think this broth is one of my best. Look at all of that fat that comes up, and that is exactly what we want. It's the collagen that's coming out of all the feet. We have feet and back here, and again, this is a new farmer's market that we got this meat from, so it's really interesting to see the different meat and how they come out. This is our first time trying it from the vendor that we bought it from, and it looks super rich. You could see all of the fat coming out. It's wow, I'm just like so impressed by this batch. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to the batch because you can see it evaporated a little bit. Just a good way to tell if your heat is on high enough is how much it's evaporating. So you definitely want to kind of control it throughout the day, but we want a low simmer. So we've had this in a low simmer pretty much all day long. Hop in the shower now, cover this and let it rock. And I'll show you guys right before bed what it looks like. Right before we hit the hay, we want to lower this and not allow it to evaporate too quick. So I just finished getting ready to go to bed, so I'm going to check on the broth just one more time, just so you can see also the difference. Look how beautiful that looks. All of that is the collagen. So what we're going to do for this to just stay overnight is we're going to keep it covered, and we're just going to lower it a little bit more so that it's at low heat. And then tomorrow morning, first thing, we'll turn this back up and it's going to start to simmer again. And we're going to watch it for a little bit more, a few more hours, add some water, and it should be done. Okay, 8 a.m. following morning, and this is what our broth is looking like. It's looking really good. Up with the house smelling so yummy. Look at that. Kenny woke up before me, so he turned the heat up a little bit and refilled some water, but it's going. I honestly feel like I could add a little bit more water here, or we could call it a day. It's really up to you and your preference. It's been 24 hours since we put this on, so I think this is good for me. I see all the fats coming up. That's exactly where I want to go. I don't want to overcook this too, because it will get like a bitter taste when you overcook it. So to me, this is looking really nice. I think I'm going to put a little bit just more water in here just to give it just more quantity of the broth, but this is done and it's beautiful. This one, wow, this one is gonna have such good collagen in it. I could already tell. Like so much fat. What's that? I'm gonna make one for you, Figgy, with no onion.